For many, many years of my life, I was in the unknown because I wasn't sure how it was correlated. I didn't understand the effects of masturbation and pornography and why it made me think the way that I thought, why I had certain thought patterns, why I thought a certain way. And it's very simple, because pornography and masturbation, it makes you feminine. It makes you think like a woman. It makes you feel like a woman. The habits that you indulge in, the things that you participate in, the things that you feel, it makes you think like a woman. And the reason why it does, and finally studies are now coming out in terms of how testosterone and estrogen are linked to levels of obviously the amount of times that you masturbate and watch porn. But how many times, and this happened to be on multiple occasions, so I know that you guys are going to resonate and relate to this. How many times where you sit there on a fap session where you might be binging, or you fapped in the morning and you feel so desolate, you feel so dejected and distraught, and you have no motivation to do anything with your day. You just want to lay in bed and do nothing. I feel tired, I feel anxious, I don't want to meet up with this person. You might call in sick to work. You might tell your friend, I'm not feeling very well, I don't want to meet you, even though you're perfectly fine. You're making excuses because you don't want to face the music. You don't want to face reality, because it's almost like you consciously know that what you did was incorrect. But there is science to this, which I'm going to delve into in a minute. But you don't feel well. You feel tired. You feel unhealthy. You feel guilty. You feel shameful, so to speak. You have a lot of shame and you can't maintain eye contact. You can't meet people. You don't want to even leave your room. And I felt that for so many times when I used to masturbate and watch pornography, especially in those mornings. It would completely ruin your day. But I didn't know why. I didn't know why. And the reason why is because I'm not going to delve into, obviously, the intricacies of the science, because I'm not a doctor or a scientist, and I don't want to bore you guys either. But essentially what this study was stating is that you have testosterone receptors and you have estrogen receptors. And essentially, they switch on and off, obviously. Now, you can have as much testosterone as you want. You can be on TRT, you can be hitting a gym, you could be consuming red meat, eggs, spinach, you could be eating extremely healthy and you know, reducing your intake of alcohol consumption and sugar and whatever, and you could be doing everything perfectly. And you can increase your testosterone. The problem is if your testosterone receptors are turned off, it doesn't matter how much testosterone your body is producing, you will feel the effects and the symptoms of an individual with low testosterone, because those testosterone receptors switch off. Now, when you masturbate and watch pornography, those testosterone receptors will ultimately switch off. So it's irrespective of your testosterone levels. You could have 1,000 in terms of the measurement that you have, which is very high, especially in today's society and age. But it's irrespective, because if your testosterone receptors are switched off, there's nothing that your body can do. There's nothing to bind. Your testosterone can't bind onto the receptors. So you will feel the effects of a person with low testosterone. So it doesn't actually matter. It's your testosterone receptors. When you masturbate and watch porn, they switch off. And when they switch off, your estrogen receptors, they switch on. So ultimately, it's inversely proportional. So as one goes down, the other will go up. So if your testosterone receptors are switching off and they're going down, testosterone is decreasing, ultimately your estrogen levels will therefore increase. And what does that mean? Estrogen is predominantly the female hormone. You will feel and think like a woman. You will feel and think like a female continuously. I feel tired. I feel anxious. I don't want to leave my room. I'm going to cancel my plans today because I don't want to go into the public. These are female feminine traits. This isn't something that a masculine alpha man does. You act irrespective of your feelings. That's what the definition of discipline is. That's what a masculine gentleman does. He doesn't care how he feels. He doesn't feel like going to the gym. He doesn't feel like going to work. But he does it anyway. And a lot of that is predominantly because of testosterone that men have. When you have low testosterone, your estrogen levels are high, you feel and think like a woman. And for so long, I just didn't understand. Kem, why do you feel this way? Why do you not want to attack the world? Why don't you want to attack your fears? It's all up here. It's all up here. If you look at any successful individual in life, the number one building block, the foundation, the fundamentals, it all came back to the mentality. He didn't accomplish anything because of, natural skills, natural talents. The first step was the mentality. Because if you want to work hard, hard work is derived from your mentality. If you don't feel like it and you're controlled by your desires, you're not going to work hard. It all comes down to the fundamentals and the foundations that you build, and it all comes down to up here. So if you don't get your brain correct, if you're indulging in bad habits like such as masturbation and pornography, and you're lowering on decimating your testosterone levels, and that's having a chemical imbalance, that's actually working against you. You are compelled to work against you. You're not using your brain to become efficient and work hard. Your brain is now working against you, because now it's an uphill battle to get what you need to get done. And that's the absolute last thing that you want. And I always say to people, and I've said this on countless and numerous occasions on this channel, the catalyst to success is NoFap. Not because NoFap in and of itself is going to turn you into a millionaire, and not the fact that NoFap in and of itself is going to turn you into a successful gentleman, a successful individual, but it's the catalyst to change. It is the fundamental building block, because that is going to drive you to become successful. That sexual energy that you transmutate and that you harness is going to force you and ensure that not only do you eradicate your other piss poor habits, but that you channel your energy and you're dedicated into your endeavors. And into, it could be a sporting endeavor, a business endeavor, it could be a project, it could be studying, but it's going to force you to participate and indulge in positive habits that are going to ultimately lead you to success. But the first step, the catalyst, is NoFap, and this is the reason for it. And now studies are coming out. Now we've finally seen the light after decades and decades of uncertainty, of the unknown, of, you know, perhaps it might be healthy in moderation. Well, now it's confirmed that it's not. You're not designed to masturbate and sit there like a little cuck, watching the woman that you would like to be in bed with, watching a guy bang the girl that you want to bang. No, that's not natural at all. You're not a cuck. You're supposed to be a man that's going out there pursuing excellence. And as a byproduct, you attract and captivate beautiful women that you then in turn sleep with. And that's there we have it. The studies have finally come out. We understand what we have to do, and I've been screaming and preaching about this on this channel for so long, and this is the reason why. And I always knew, I had a gut feeling that testosterone had a big factor in terms of how we think, in terms of how we feel, because it's inversely proportional to estrogen levels. And now a lot of it comes down to the actual receptors that it binds onto. So you can have your body can produce as much testosterone as it wants, but if you're masturbating and fapping and you're turning your testosterone receptors off, then you're only killing yourself. You're only destroying your manhood. And that's where it comes from. We feel it, we think like a woman. I feel tired, I don't feel like doing it. These are feminine female traits. These aren't masculine traits. And this is something that a concept that I want you guys to grasp. Hopefully you found this beneficial. If you did, smash the like button, subscribe, hit the bell notification, and I'll see all of you guys for my next video. Peace.